Here goes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel of Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well. And yes, welcome back. Bienvenue to the Stamford Bridge studio. It's lovely, isn't it? Isn't it good to be back? And to Chelsea news, Matt Law of the Telegraph has given us an update on what boss man or face of the club, Todd Boehly, Egg Barley's apparently the real cheese in the background, but what Todd Boehly said to the Chelsea players in the dressing room when he stayed in there an hour, apparently calling this scenario embarrassing. And everyone on planet Earth is inclined to agree, Todd. Everyone. This is an exclusive from Matt Law. Shout out him. Go check out his work on the Telegraph. I'm going to read this to you. Also, great news is apparently Chelsea are in deep negotiations with Bayern Munich, to find out how much it would actually cost. What's the scenario with the dinero to get Nagelsmann off their books? Because they will try and wriggle around and negotiate. And of course, Chelsea didn't offer Anthony Barry immediately as well. But at the same time, they don't want to pay two managers. It's exactly the same thing that happened when we got Maurizio Sarri. When De Laurentiis hired Ancelotti, he was paying both Sarri and Ancelotti. And we had to somehow figure out a way in which we overpaid for Jorginho. I believe that's how we structured it in the end, to get Maurizio Sarri into Chelsea. Anyway, we are going to read this article. Thank you for joining me. Bit of housework. Please do drop a like, show your support. As you can see, I upload often multiple times a day. So if you want to be part of that, simply click subscribe and the bell notifications icon. It is important that you click the bell so when I upload, you know about it, because you might like it, man. And if you do like it, please like the video. If you like it, like it. Right, Todd Boehly gave rallying dressing room team talk about Chelsea's, quote, embarrassing, end quote, position. Todd Boehly delivered a pre-Real Madrid pep talk. Wasting your breath, wasting the calories, Todd. To Chelsea's players in Stamford Bridge dressing room after the latest demoralising defeat by Brighton on Saturday, in which he labelled the club's plight as embarrassing. Come on, lads. This is embarrassing. I believe this, by the way, because he's like known for the Dodgers, right? And the Dodgers win. They're a winning team. They win championship after championship. They're like the Man City in baseball, right? Also, I'm reliably informed. This guy, like, he seems pretty chill. I like the way he wears, like, jeans and t-shirt and whatever, and wants to smile and be at games and stuff. And I understand people are upset with him, but they're upset at this scenario. But this dude is not used to losing. And boy, are we losing. And not only that, he will hate the fact that we're losing, but he will hate the fact that he knows he's bought a club that won the Champions League the season before. So the co-owners, Boehly, Igbali, and Hans-Jörg Wyss, this like 107-year-old who just sort of floats around every now and again. I swear he's put like hardly any cash in, but he's part of the consortium. I think he's put like, a few million. What's that? What's a few £1 million? I understand to all have entered the home dressing room after our 2-1 loss against Brighton, which was Chelsea's third straight defeat. How many videos do I have to do today where I relive this pain? There's so much pain. After the interim head coach Frank Lampard told the players his thoughts, which I can imagine probably weren't quite positive considering what Frank Lampard said to the mainstream media, Boehly addressed the squad and is understood to have described the current situation in terms of results and Chelsea being in the bottom half of the Premier League table as embarrassing. Chelsea's owners made sure Lampard had finished delivering his verdict before making their own presence felt in the dressing room. I hope they got some baseball bats out and actually no, don't do that, because that was destroying their old assets and then we won't be able to sell these players. I hope they just really were mean to them verbally. Ziyech, you big silly sausage. Yeah. Before making their own presence felt. But Boehly is said to have left the players in no doubt that he, Barley, and is it Weiss or Wyss? Someone tell me. this Vice had spent 600 million transfer market. And wait, what did they tell them? They're not going to tell them we spent this money to win, and they have been failing short of expectations. Hold on, pause. Vinyl scratch. You can't come in here saying we've spent all this money. You know what? No bollocks. Now look, I'm all for him going in there and saying, "This sucks. This isn't Chelsea. You're all a bunch of losers." I'm cool with that, right? But to be in I've spent all this money. No, because half the money is probably not even playing here. You can't expect that to just work. That would be naive. Look, I'm taking this as face value here. Maybe contextually I've got this wrong, but don't agree with that. He also tried to strike a positive note, like me sometimes, reiterating the fact that Tuesday night's game against Real represents a chance to keep the season alive, end the embarrassment, give Chelsea fans something to be proud of. Imagine that. Excuse me, jeez, I just had lunch. While Boehly's pep talk may raise further questions over the scale of their involvement, the owner's decision to enter the dressing room also represents an acknowledgement of their own responsibility in what has turned into a hugely challenging first season after buying the club from Roman Abramovich. Chelsea are 2 goals down to Real Madrid from the first leg. Yes. Boehly now needs his prediction in Madrid to come true at Stamford Bridge. Maybe that's what he meant. For Chelsea to miraculously progress and stop his first season as co-owner ending in disappointment. Dude, I feel like this is just going to be disappointment regardless. Literally short of winning the Champions League. And even if this magical friggin' miracle happened where, the whole Real Madrid team eats a dodgy lasagna tonight. Do you know what I mean? We've got Man City waiting after, so almost certainly. Yeah, so the American billionaire came under fire from supporters sitting above him at Stamford Bridge. We spoke about that a couple of videos ago on Saturday and faced criticism from pundits after he and co-controlling owner Egbali sacked 2 head coaches, Tuchel and Potter, inside 12 months. True, it spent loads of money. Boehly appeared to be remonstrating with disgruntled fans at the Brighton game, although they will no doubt agree with his assessment that Chelsea's run of form and position in the bottom half of the table is embarrassing. So he thinks it's embarrassing. Boehly was filmed by supporters describing the draw at Everton as a shruggy, fudging game last month, which he proved Potter's penultimate game in charge. Meanwhile, Real Madrid are... So yeah, man, Boehly hates this. Like I said, he hates this. He's not he's going to every game. He wants his team to win. He wants to spend money on Chelsea, and he wants to do the right decision, whether that's get different coaches in, managers, sporting staff, directors, use the data, use the inspirational figure of Lampard. And for the first time, I didn't really agree with this term early doors, but for the first time, yes, scattergun. But scattergun with good intentions, Like I said, man, he wants to win. He hates losing. He's used to owning winning machines, but he built those winning machines. Remember, the Dodgers had some controversy when he took over. He took loads of financial losses early doors to rebuild. Hot dog, check. Taking over after a controversy, the sanctions, etc., making loads of financial losses, just spending loads of money and making just cut off deals with cheap Werner, Romelu Lukaku loans. Really just saying, right, just clear out. But they could not have expected this kind of chaos to be left. But this is the Prem, baby girl. This is the hardest league in... Oh, this is our league, mate. Do you know what I mean? God, I hate people say that. Meanwhile, Real Madrid are reportedly upset about the fact the Italian referee Daniele Orsato will be in charge for the second leg of the Champions League. Why is that? The Italian was in charge when Real were defeated 2-1 by Manchester City in the 60th. Oh, okay, the club's players complained about his performance at that match, just as Luka Modric did. Okay, so maybe there's a chance we can buy this ref? But Orsato also took charge of Real's dramatic come-from-behind victory over Manchester City in the semi-finals. Look, man, so what are they whinging about? Go check out Matt Law's article. It's good. Yes, there is additional news surfacing that, like I said at the top of the video, Chelsea are negotiating with Bayern Munich now to find out what the financial cost would be to get Nagelsmann in. They already know all they want about Luis Enrique, I think. They know what he wants to do. They know how much it would cost. They know how much wages. They probably know what contract he's prepared to sign in terms of not just wages, but indeed length as well. They probably know, I reckon they know a lot of that with Nagelsmann, but they need to incur whatever costs come with Bayern Munich as well. So it's very interesting to read this morning in David Ornstein's column that Ruben Amorim will not be considered, well, he will not be Chelsea manager, even though he's been admired. If you are interested in learning about that, go check out my previous upload from earlier today. It's actually quite interesting. We cover a lot there and speak about Lukaku coming back. And who wouldn't want to watch that content? So do go watch that previous video. And yeah, man, it's very, very interesting. The whole thing does reek of just Chelsea on their knees, like the owners going inside the dressing room and calling the situation embarrassing. But at least they know. I mean, if there's one thing for sure, with Boehly going to every single game, Eghbali goes to the odd game, but seemingly Todd Boehly goes to every Chelsea game. Seemingly every Chelsea game. He has to watch it. It is embarrassing. It's like that Bird Box film, meme when the guy's like holding the woman's eyes open, like, look at it. Like us with Todd Boehly, like, look at what we're watching. You could be like, screw this, bro. I'm going to go and hang out in LA, go to the beach, different time zones, just check the scores. No, dude is at Stamford Bridge and away watching these games. That's one thing I'm happy about. Like, just watch this. If we have to watch this, mate, you do too. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to endure as well. Yeah, man. Clearly they're trying, clearly they want to win, and we have to hope for the better future. I've brought us out of the abyss, back into the studio for some positivity. Let me know what you guys think about Todd Eghbali and old man Weiss going in the dressing room. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Remember, if you do subscribe, hit that bell, baby. I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Peace.